is filled with hidden gems, and there's one man using his skills to reveal fun facts you probably didn't know about in your favorite places.
Why is this Civil War jacket in this house next to the wood-burning stove right here? That's because I am in the oldest brew pub in St. Paul. This place is so old, it predates the state of Minnesota by 1 year, 1857.
Gosh, isn't it fascinating? John O'Sullivan is the man behind 1 Minute Tours. He spent years working in the travel industry and then moved back home to Minnesota to launch tours, walking tours right here in the Twin Cities. From there, his very viral TikTok account was born. John O'Sullivan is back this morning to share some of the latest finds and talk about how you can join in on your tours this winter. Thanks for joining us, John.
Thank you for having me. Nice to be back.
Let's start with talking about some of your videos. First, you have a recommendation for the best neighborhoods to visit in the Twin Cities. So break it down. Where are these neighborhoods and why should people visit?
Well, I started this series. It was the first video of the series, and I had a baby, so I've been on paternity leave. So I plan to do a bunch more. Thank you. I plan to do a bunch more of these, but this is the first entry in my submission for best neighborhoods, and it's a Cathedral Hill neighborhood. Cathedral Hill, incredible neighborhood. Yeah. W.A. Frost, Nina's Coffee. I went to the French Hen, which is incredible. When I was there, it's like such a neighborhood that we're there, and this big dog came up to the front door, and all the serving staff like ran out to give this dog bacon. Apparently, a dog came every single day, and so like in this era where we have lots of big businesses coming in and taking over neighborhoods, this is a neighborhood that still has its old world charm, and so the whole Cathedral Hill neighborhood gets my nomination for one of the best neighborhoods of the Twin Cities.
Oh, that is a really, really good one. Yeah, those little nuggets of information that are really translating, and people are really grabbing on to following you and following your travels of what you learn about these places, right?
Yeah, well, I think one of the things that we've seen recently is we had big box retailers come in, take over areas like Uptown, and then leave when the going got tough. And so what I really appreciate is when I see a neighborhood with local independent businesses where we have people of multi-generational, like people from the Twin Cities who really care for the neighborhood in a real way. I think you see that and you feel that.
Yeah.
Also, you have a recent video about the current weather situation that we're all in and facing.
Yeah. A couple things about this. First off, it is rough out there today. Just driving in today.
How was your drive?
It's bad weather. Yeah. But I think that the thing that we take for granted is that we get so much warning. The National Weather Service gave us an incredible amount of warning for the weather that was going to come today, and that wasn't always the case. Back in the 1950s, there was a deadly snowstorm, killed 146 people because there was no warning for it at all. And so, as a result, a lot of people said we need more notice. And so, National Weather Service, they moved a Bureau of the Weather Service right here into the Twin Cities from Chicago, where it was previously. So we actually have one of the National Weather Service bureaus right here locally because our weather is so uniquely bad, and that's why we have had so much warning about this storm that we're having right now.
Isn't it fascinating? Now it's like you get your weather right here, but back then people, wouldn't have really known.
Yeah.
Hopefully you get a copy of the newspaper.
Yeah, absolutely.
So thankful for it.
But can I also say one thing that I just came back to the cities a year ago, and I lived overseas for 12 years, and something that is remarkable is the emergency. What is it called? Emergency, the snowplow system that we have.
Oh, yeah, the snow emergency.
Snow emergency routes.
Yes. Yeah. That's basically to get people off the streets so they can plow.
And we collectively just agree that we're going to take 3 days moving our cars from one side to the other side. I tell other people about this. I lived in Australia for 6 years before this. I tell them how this operates, and they are shocked. They're shocked that we all just collectively look at our phones and we just kind of do it. We just move the cars there and there and there, and we just kind of forget that that is not normal. That is a really special thing that we have here in the Twin Cities.
That's what's cool about your account. Those little nuggets that make you go wow, that is so interesting.
Yeah.
Moving on to this one, we've got a big Vikings game this weekend, of course, whiteout at US Bank Stadium, and you have a great video talking about some of the unknown football teams from our past.
Yeah, we have 2 professional football teams that predate the Vikings. The Vikings came in here in 1960, but prior to that, we had these kind of semi-pro teams similar to minor league baseball teams. Minneapolis had one, mostly made up of dropouts from high school, so it wasn't quite the level, the standard that you have in the NFL. But then you also had the Duluth Eskimos, and they lasted quite a while. They were called the Duluth Eskimos, but they didn't actually play in Duluth. They were a road team, and so they represented all of the upper Midwest. They took Duluth's name, and those are 2 of the names that we had before. It's been an incredible year to be a Vikings fan.
Yes, it has.
It's been, and by incredible, I mean it's been very good for heart doctors because my God, it has been awful. But it's my first time watching every single game of the season for the Vikings. I'd never done that before, and so I actually did a whole series of Vikings videos because it is remarkable to me the evolution of this team, US Bank Stadium, and all the things that happen around it with the drum and the snow and it's a really amazing place to watch football, or so I hear. I can't afford tickets, but I would like to go.
Your tours are also, there's a way that they could be a gift for people. I mean, we can obviously follow you on TikTok, but you have a way that this could actually be given as a gift.
I started this TikTok account, 1 Minute Tours, to promote my walking tour company, which is called Depot Adventures, and they've kind of grown separately from each other, but I still am running my walking tours. So I have a whole team of tour guides who give tours every single day, 7 days a week, even in the winter. And so one of the things I found when I came here is I thought there's got to be a way to operate in the wintertime because just about every other tour operator shuts down here. And we are hardier than that, I think. And so we have found a way to do it. In Minneapolis, we run a tour that utilizes the Skyways and the Guthrie Theater, and we go inside places but tell the story of Minneapolis. And in St. Paul, we get in with the drinking history of St. Paul. We have a winter warmer bar tour where we go to places. In the video you showed before, that's one of the places we go where there's a wood-fired going all day long. We go to a bar that has hot toddies, and we just have a really nice winter experience, being cold for 10 minutes while we run between bars and then warming up 4 different bars in 3 hours.
Yeah, nothing more Minnesotan than that.
Yeah.
John, thank you so much for being here with us, and you can follow John at 1 Minute Tours on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And if you want to book one of those in-person walking tours, you can head to depotadventures.com. Thank you.
Happy holidays to you.